Hi guys, Karen Proctor here. Just finished celebrating birthday, and I am sharing this video as a reflection of all the years that I have been living. It really tickles me to know that I have been living over a half a century, little past a half a century. So I'm just tickled because it's a blessing. Some people don't embrace aging, and a lot of times we don't see ourselves becoming a certain age. And I do know when children are small, if you ask a kid how old are they would always say if they 5.5, 6.5, 12.5. Everybody's wishing and itching to become old until they get to a certain point in their life. And then nobody wants to say how old they are once you reach a certain age. And then they also have this little saying that say a lady don't tell her age. But for me, the longer I live, I begin to realize that it is a blessing from God to live every day and to become older, because he says that he will give you long life and good health. That's if you believe his word. I'm a believer in his word. So as God has gifted me for another birthday, I figured that I'll use this video as a gift to somebody. It may not be a gift for everybody, but it is a gift for somebody. When I woke up on May the 6th, I began to thank God and then just reflect on his goodness in my life. And so I start jotting down up to my age. Up to my age, the things that I have learned for all my years of living. And I didn't get all the way up to my age because things start getting long, and I had to get up and go celebrate and get on with my day. But I just thought about to finish today, and still yet I'm not finished. So yeah, and then the word of God as a Christian. I am a Christian. So I'm coming to you as a life coach today. The Bible says that the older woman should train the younger. And then from living all of those years, there are some things that I've learned that I can deposit into somebody else. And then I'm going to just give this little caveat: chew the meat and spit out the bones. Yeah. So take what's good for you. That part that is not good for you, you don't have to take it. So again, I'm Karen Proctor, and I am a professional certified life coach. I help people to gain clarity in their life, to become unstuck, and just really, really live a lifestyle that is pleasing unto God. So whatever it is that you need clarity in, you need someone to hold your hand, to help you to become unstuck, to nudge you and guide you in the right direction. I am that person. I have helped countless of people to gain clarity and become empowered and just really use the gifts that God has given them, and just to help push them into purpose. I'm known for that, helping to push people into the right direction. Hence the name of my coaching practice, Stepping in the Right Direction. Okay, well, enough of that. Let's get on to the good stuff, the things that I've learned over my years of living. I may not make it through all of it, but if you like it, you'll put it in the comments and I'll come back with the rest of it. Number one, I want to talk about love. And I'm going to be reading from the notes that I jot down because it's a lot that I've learned over this past half a century. If you have lived that long and you don't know nothing, I don't know what to say about you. Okay, number one, love is real. Yes, it is. And it's hard sometimes. Yes, it can become hard. Love covers a multitude of faults. When you love somebody, you'll cover their faults. And love, it hurts sometimes. Have you ever been in love where it hurt? The people older than me used to say it hurts so good. Sometimes love do hurts. And I'm not even talking about what you call it, erotic love. I'm even just talking about what you call it, eros. I'm even talking about philo love between a brother and a sister, friends. Yeah, because I know sometimes you love somebody and they don't love you back the way that you want to be loved, even when it comes to parents, siblings. So yes, love can hurt sometimes. And also love is given. When you love, you're going to give. You're going to give. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Love is given. It's not just taken, but love is giving. Yeah, so love is a strong emotion. Love is necessary to live. Some people say, oh, I never love again. I never have a good friend again. I never get involved with another man as a woman. I never get involved with another woman as a man. Why? Because your heart was broken. But believe in love. Love is necessary to live. Number one. Okay, number two, patience is a virtue. You got to be patient in this world. I know we're living in what I call a microwave world where everything is fast, fast, fast. You don't want to wait for nothing. But Isaiah chapter 40 tells us, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. So even as you're waiting for whatever it is, waiting for your change to come, waiting for that job, waiting for that husband, waiting for that wife, waiting for your children to get in order, waiting to finish college, or whatever it is, you got to wait. Sometimes you just have to wait. You got to be patient. And I know a lot of people into road rage today because they don't even want to wait in traffic. But patience is necessary. Yes, I learned that. That love is necessary. Patience is necessary. Number three, I may skip around. I may not go in the order that I wrote this stuff down as it was coming to me. Number three, what goes around, come around. What goes around, come around. So in other words, do unto others as you will have them to do unto you. Some people call it karma. Well, I'm just saying, what goes around, come around. Number four, let it go. Let it go. Let go and let God. Don't waste time doing what you can't do. You know, you may have been stuck in a position where it seemed like you're not getting out. But sometimes you got to know when to hold it and when to fold it. You got to know when to let go. Don't waste time doing what you can't do. Know when to hold them and when to fold them. Number five, life is worth living. Yeah, some people want to give up on life, but life is worth living. Get up, get dressed up, and show up. Put your best foot forward and give it your best. So in other words, she came, she saw, she did, and she conquered. At least try. You never know. Life is worth living. Don't give up. If you don't get it the first time, try again. But don't give up. On number six, forgive, 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 forgive. Forgiveness is the license to fly, to be free. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. It was a song out when I was a little girl, way back in the 70s. Fly like an eagle. to the sea. I think that's what it was saying. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. Tick tock, tick, 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 tick. Many people have gone out of their minds because of unforgiveness. But oh baby, you got to try. You got to try to forgive. Come on. You got to try to forgive. If you don't forgive, guess what? You're going to be tainted, not that person. Because most of the time, those people are gone about their business while you still clogged up. So forgive. Number 7, save for a rainy day. Save for a rainy day. My mom taught me that as a young girl. Save for a rainy day. You got to save. But here's the thing. Your savings can become your umbrella of protection. Your savings become your umbrella of protection. A little nickel here, a little dime there equals to $100 somewhere. And if you keep doing that, when that rainy day comes, then you could flick up that umbrella. My mom used to say when I was growing up, a stitch in time saved 9. Now, what she meant by save 9, I could only assume. So if you save that nickel, that dollar, that dime, that penny now, when things break loose, it won't be such a big problem. Number 8, say what you mean and mean what you say. You got to be clear and straightforward. I'm not talking about being abrasive. Some people are just straight up abrasive, but you got to be clear. And even with being clear, when you are clear, saying what you mean and mean what you say, you begin to set boundaries, and people have no reason to wonder, what is Karen saying? What do she mean? Mean what you say and say what you mean. If the truth be told, too many people don't care about you any way. Everybody is out to win for themselves. They'll throw you a bone if they could. Now, here's something my stepfather used to say. Out of all of my mama children, I love myself the best. When I get my belly full, I don't care nothing about the rest. So you can't be worrying about what people feel, what people think. Come on, because most of the time, people are in it for themselves. Ain't nobody gonna consult you when they making their moves. They're not consulting you. They're gonna do, for the most part, what they think is best for them. So you gotta be clear about what you mean, your feelings, and your thoughts. Again, you don't have to be abrasive about it. Number 10, no, it's not a bad word. Use it sometimes. Yeah, no, it's not a bad word. Recently, I had to tell somebody no after saying yes. After saying yes. And this was a big thing. People are so used to calling on me and I'm there. But I had to go back and retract that no. That yes, and turn it into a no. I had to think about me. I couldn't do it, even though I wanted to do it. Number 11, give a little, take a little, but know your non-negotiables. Sometimes you could bend on something, and then sometimes you got to stand your ground. You got to stand your ground sometimes. And then there are sometimes when you can bend. That's why I say give a little, take a little. You can't be so rigid all the time. There are some times where you're going to have to give and take. Number 12, trouble don't last always. For the youngsters out there, trouble don't last always. If it does, that means you got to check yourself to see what is it and why is it you are attracting trouble on a continuous basis. Because trouble really don't last always. Number 13, what's on the inside of you exudes to the outside. What's on the inside of you exudes onto the outside of you. Know that. 14, take a chance. You don't know unless you try. Sometimes you got to take a chance. It's what you call a calculated risk. A calculated risk. You got to take chances sometimes. Number 15, don't stay stuck in the past. Let bygones be bygones. Some folk, I do understand, live on memory lane. Why? Because they're stuck in the past. So they live on memory lane. Although their address was changed, but they still want to go back to memory lane. Number 16, be thankful. Have an attitude of gratitude. It goes a long way. It's part of a healthy living. You got to be thankful. Thankful just because you woke up. Thankful because you're clothed in your right mind. Be thankful. Number 17, the law of reciprocity does work. When you give, it will be given back to you. In fact, Luke chapter 6, verse 38 says, give, and it shall be given back to you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together. Men will give into your bosom. So the law of reciprocity does work. Number 18, don't let fear hold you back. Fear, somebody put the acronym out there for fear is false evidence appearing real. Sometimes it's like an illusion, a mirage. Have you ever driven down a road and it looks like water is there, but when you get it from a far distance, when you get up to it, the street, the road is just as clear? But we fear, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop driving because I don't know if I'm going to be met with rain. I don't know if I could be able to handle this. Fear. Fear will stop you in your tracks every time. Number 19. Don't worry about what people say about you or how they feel about you. Why? Because the haters are going to hate and your supporters are going to support. So don't worry about what people say about you. The haters are going to hate you anyway. If you do good, you look good, you smell good, you accomplished something, you gave them your last dollar, they don't care. So you can't worry about what people say about you. Those that like you are going to support you. Number 20. Eat, drink, and be merry. Eat, drink, and be merry. A merry spirit does the heart good. Number 21. Don't be afraid to learn something new. Yeah, many times people be afraid to learn something new, to get out of their comfort zone. But you can't do that. Expand your horizons. Expand your horizons. Try something different. And guess what? If it don't work, at least you can say, I tried it. 22. Stand up for yourself when you need to stand up. You can't always back down. When you need to stand up, I'm not saying be a busybody, but if I learned anything, stand up for yourself. When you need to. 23. I don't know why I wrote this, but at the time this came to me. I'm like a teapot. When you get a certain age, you become a teapot. Tip me over and pour me out. Why did I say that? I can understand now why I said I'm like a teapot. Tip me over and pour me out. Because the longer I live, the more experiences that I have, the more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that God has given me. So all you have to do is tip me over and pour me out. And saying that, I remember one time I worked for a newspaper in my local city, very, very briefly. And the owner of the newspaper told me that her brother was laying on a deathbed. She came from college to visit him, and she was just sitting in his room, just looking at him in the hospital out of, sympathy for her brother, her only brother. And she said after a while, her brother told her, why are you just sitting here? Don't you know I am about to die? Ask me what you need to ask me. Because when they throw this dirt over my face, everything you need to know about the newspaper, it's going to be in the ground. So I'm like a teapot right now with all this wisdom, knowledge, experience through life that God has given me. Just tip me over and pour me out. So I'm here to pour into others and to just leave a legacy. A lot of people like to keep things to themselves. They don't like to share, but I'm one that I like to share. I have at least 2 or 3 of my friends that always say, Karen, you are very resourceful. Why do they say that? Because they know that if I know something, I'm going to teach you. 24, spend your time wisely. With that being said, do what you love to do. When people are with you, or even when you are alone, because everybody's not going to want to do what you want to do. Everybody don't have an appreciation for what you have an appreciation for. So yeah, spend your time wisely, doing what you like to do with people you like to do. Because it does make a difference. Yeah. And I mean in a clean sense, in the clean sense of the manner. I say that because I know people got some little imaginations out there. 25. Maybe I should have said this straight up on the list. Prayer saves the day. Prayer saves the day. Get a prayer life. You gonna need a prayer life in this world. Prayer saves the day. 26. We all make mistakes. I don't know nobody that never did made a mistake. When I was growing up, here's another thing my mother used to tell me. Hallelujah. That her mother told her that people will make mistakes. That's why they put erasers on a pencil. So when you write something wrong, you could go back and erase it. We all fall short sometimes of the glory of God. But you know what? I'm not making no excuses for mistakes when it comes down to sin. The Bible tells us what? A just man falleth 7 times, but he get back up. He don't stay there. He don't stay down. He get back up. 27, appreciate the people that God has placed in your life. When they are gone, you cannot get them back. Ain't no bringing them back. Don't take people for granted. Yeah, we all get on each other's nerves sometimes. We do things and we say things that can tick somebody off. But you gotta appreciate the people that God has placed in your life. I've lost a lot of people recently, this year and last year. And the only thing I can do is look back over the memories that I had with them. Don't take nobody for granted. Appreciate them. Because when they're gone, you can't get them back. You can't. 28, take care of your temple. You only have one. You only have one temple. That's your body. Take care of it. Now, we say if you take care of your car will take care of you. Some people take care of their car more than they take care of your body. Take care of your body. You only got one. And if you live as long as I have, you're going to start seeing some difference. So you got to take care of your body. And I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm so old, because I'm not. I've just learned you got to take care of your body. 29, believe a person when they show you who they are. In other words, a leopard cannot change his spots. 30, embrace who God made you to be, meaning your personality, your heritage, your height, your flaws, and all of that, because you are wonderfully and beautifully made. See, I ain't never tried to be that girl down the street. Never. And as I have grown and blossomed into a beautiful woman, I've never tried to be the woman down the street. I didn't do it when I was the little girl. I like all of this, everything that God made about me. Not in arrogance, but in confidence, because I love what God has and created in me, and that's a fact. 31. You know, as I was going down the list, trying to think about all my experiences that may benefit somebody, this one stood up. Don't dumb down yourself for nobody. I used to do that every now and again because, you know, and especially, let me just be very forthcoming, transparent with you. Because you have confidence in who you are. You're not arrogant. Some people may be, but I'm not arrogant. Most people that know me would tell me you're very humble. You're very humble. And so I would dumb down myself when I'm in a room with other people and it's time to share. Dumb yourself down because you don't want to make yourself feel like you all that in front of other people. But I've come to learn now, I'm not going to dumb down myself for nobody, because what God has placed in me is for the people. And if somebody can't take it, then guess what? Sister, that's your problem. That ain't mine. Because I'm always coming in the love of God. 32. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. 34. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. 35. Know that God holds the master plan. The master plan is in God's hand. Sometimes we try to do it all by ourselves, but God holds the master plan. 36. Everything is not for now. Everything is not for now. Even though you may have a vision, but wait for it. Wait for the appointed time. Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision. God told Habakkuk to write the vision. He said, though it tarry, wait for it. So what I want to tell you is, the right time, at the right time, things will happen for you. Going back to when I said have patience. I have learned to have patience because I know when God says something, it will happen. 36. A tree is known by its fruits. A tree is known by its fruit. An apple tree can only produce after its own kind. An apple tree is going to produce apples. An orange tree is going to produce orange. So you can't try to reinvent what God has created. A tree is known by its fruits. So if a person show you who they are, you better believe it. 37, 38, I believe. Respect is due unto a dog. Another one of the things Mama told me. Yeah, Mama said. Respect is due unto a dog, and I've come to learn that. Now, just imagine even what we call a mutt. The kids pass by him every day coming from school, playing, running up the street, playing in their community. They see the mutt. What they do? Scat. Throw rocks at him. Kick him. But one day that mutt is going to rise up and going to bark and bite at you. So even a dog deserves respect. So if a dog deserves respect, what you think about human beings? Even the least among us need to be acknowledged. Why? Because they are God's children. 39. Don't argue with a fool unless you become a fool yourself. Think and ponder on that. Let me say it a little bit louder. Don't argue with a fool unless you become a fool yourself. Some people you just have to put on pause. Yeah, some people you just got to put on pause. I believe I'm up to 40. Things are not what they appear to be with the naked eye. No, things are not always what they appear to be with the naked eye. Sometimes you got to dig beneath the surface to see the real deal. 41. Every day is a blessing wrapped up in a present. Every day is a blessing. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Every day is a blessing. 42. Never put people so high on a pedestal till if they fall, you become disappointed. Understand, we are only human. So never put somebody so high on a pedestal. My daddy said this. I always say what mama said, but daddy told me this. What goes up must come down. So never put nobody too high unless you become disappointed. 43. Pray for today and hope for tomorrow. Why do I say pray for today? Because see, if you hear today, you can control that through your prayer, asking God for his will to be done. And hope for tomorrow, because tomorrow may not come. It's written in that good book, say, if the Lord's will, that tomorrow will come. My son said, Mom, why you always say, if the Lord's will? I said, because that's what the good book teach me. That's what the Bible tell me. I don't know if tomorrow is going to come. So I hope for tomorrow. 43. Time is something that you cannot get back. Time is something that you cannot get back. So guess what? Use it wisely. Use it to your advantage. So it's like water. When the water come out of the faucet, you can't take that water and push it back up in there. It's already gone. That's like time. So use your time wisely. Well, I didn't get all the way to my over century, but I'm going to stop right there. And if these little birthday nuggets, things that I have experienced through my living has helped you, if it made sense, I want you to drop down below in the comments. Let's get a conversation started. Let me know if you want me to go any further, giving you some of the nuggets that I have learned over these 50 plus years of living. And I'll be happy to come back and give you the rest of it. Like I mentioned before, I am a Christian coach. I help people to move forward into a bright future. Here's one of my coaching books. I am also the author of 7 amazing books. But here's my coaching book, Coach Me Destiny is Calling. Some of the things I deal with in this book is the power of I am, the power of living on purpose, the power of preparation, the power of ants, the power of stepping outside of the box. The power is in your hand, the power of connection, the power of dash, the power of branding, the power of living intentional, and the power of the vision board. I have some worksheets in here. I have some nuggets in here, some exercises that you can do on your own. Initially, when I first set out to write this coaching book as a tool, I was pretty much writing it, I said, for my 16-year-old self. But as I began to write, I said, I don't know. Maybe this a little too deep. It's not a complicated book, but I don't know if I was ready for this stuff, or was I wishing that I knew this stuff, that I would be able to have I won't say a better start, because what happened is no surprise to God. But sometimes when we have a little nudging, it does help us. So, yeah, maybe if I would have known some of these things. And so I would encourage every young lady out there, and you're trying to figure yourself out and trying to figure things out, it's for you. Young ladies, middle-aged men, boys, whoever. You can reach out to me on my website, www.karenproctor.com, to get this coaching book, or you can get it from Amazon.com. It was a pleasure sharing with you some of the things that I learned over these 50 plus years. It was a lot. I didn't want to try to commit everything to memory. That's why I jotted those things down that morning when I woke up. In addition, some things came to me afterwards. So thank you for coming to this page. If you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Please like, comment, and share. Maybe we can do life together. Bye for now.